Hello, today I'd like to show you how to make some of our patchwork cutter butterflies. You will need a set of butterfly cutters and some firm handling paste, and I'm recommending the ready-made Renshaw paste, but you can use Mexican paste and the recipe for that is in with every cutter. You also need some white fat. This can be Trex or Flora, as long as it's a vegetable fat. Then you'll need some isopropyl alcohol for painting. Make sure that it is the food grade. And some dust colours. So I've got chocolate, lime green, pink and iced coffee. Now the first thing is to work a little bit of the paste, and that becomes nice and pliable. And then rub a little of the shortening onto your non-stick board, and then use a small non-stick rolling pin to roll out the paste. Now it's important that you don't lift the paste up and down. That needs to stick down onto your board, and you roll the paste thin. So take the cutter and you put the shortening onto the cutter. Now if it's a very small cutter, you put plenty of shortening on there. Otherwise, just an even coating. Place that down onto your paste and press firmly. And because I haven't lifted the paste, the board has a really good contact with it. So you can then flick the cutter away, and the piece stays down onto the workboard and it doesn't lift into the cutter. So peel the paste from around the outside edge. Put that back in a bag straight away because it does dry out quickly. And then you would lift your butterfly onto a colouring sheet. Now this is just a piece of laminated paper. Ideal for colouring because you can just wipe down afterwards and reuse it. So lift the butterfly, place that onto the colouring sheet, and I'm going to brush over with a little of the pink first of all. So I'm using dry dust. Work that into your brush, and I'm brushing from the outside edge of the butterfly towards the centre. Plenty of colour there. And then I'm changing colour and I'm going to use some of the shell green. And continue along the rest of the butterfly. If you wish to, you can follow the colouring of butterflies out of books. And then a little iced coffee along the centre. Now for fine detail, I'm going to use brown and isopropyl alcohol. So I mix in my lid, and then when the alcohol has evaporated away, it goes back to a dust. So when you put your lid on, you're not wasting any colour. So lift and paint in any small patterns that you wish to highlight. And I'm using a 3-0 brush for this, and the general dusting I've used number 6 paint brushes. So just follow your pattern as you want it to be. Now to dry that, I lift it onto, now I'm going to use a dummy to dry mine, and you lift that onto your dummy and just leave that on there to dry. Once it's dry, you can attach it onto your cake with a little softened sugar paste. Now if you do lose the wings, if they fall off the body, then the best thing to do is to mix a little of dust colour into a small piece of your flour paste, into a ball, roll a small piece into a ball, and then into a sausage shape. Now use the cutter as a guide for the length of the body, and then taper one end to a point, and using a paintbrush handle, just roll to make a little neck. Place that down, make 2 small cuts, a little water, and then you would take the dried wings and push them into the body and support them with a little foam or kitchen paper to dry, and then you can pop that on the cake. This is still edible. If you wanted to, you could use a couple of cotton stamens and pop those in the front and in the head for antenna, but then the butterfly would no longer be classed as edible. So by leaving that out, this is still an edible butterfly. Now I have a small one here that I'm going to attach onto a cake. And here's the cake and a smaller butterfly to go on the side. So I'm going to take a small piece of paste, add water to it so it's a little like a glue. Place that on the side of the cake, and then just attach your little butterfly in place and leave to dry. The flowers for this cake I will show you how to make next time.